Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. In today's video, we are going to be doing the cash envelope breakdown here on my Budget Mom printable page. I'm going to be going to the bank and pulling out all of the cash that I need to stuff my cash envelopes and my sinking funds, and then we are going to stuff all of those envelopes together. This is my favorite video to film every single week. I just love dealing with the cash and counting it and stuffing all of my envelopes. It's so much fun. That being said though, we're actually going to be working with quite a bit less cash than usual. If you watched my budget video for the week, which if you missed it, I will link it in a card above, you will know that a lot of the cash categories that I typically have here under this cash envelope section, I actually decided not to take cash out for this week. I decided just to leave the cash in the bank and try going cashless for some of these categories. We'll see how it goes. I can always go back to pulling cash for these categories next week if it doesn't work out, but I thought it'd be a fun experiment. So we're not pulling out cash for gas or eating out like we typically would, and I'm also not taking spending money this week, so we just have a couple of cash categories here for cash envelopes, and then of course I always do my sinking funds in cash as well. So it's still going to be, well, that's pretty easy to add up, $370 in cash, but it's just going to be stuffed in fewer categories this week. And we'll see how that goes. So the first thing I need to do is transfer all of these categories that I need cash for onto my cash envelope breakdown page. So all of my categories from my cash envelopes here, as well as the sinking funds. So this should go pretty quick since we have fewer categories than usual. So I have my husband's spending, which is $40. My son's allowance, which is $20. And then we have lawn care, which is also $20. And lastly, for cash envelopes, like I said, super quick, I have my miscellaneous category. I decided to still keep that miscellaneous category in cash just because it's nice to have a little bit of emergency cash on hand. And for miscellaneous, we're going to do 20 as well. And then we have the sinking funds. So first up, we have our campground sinking fund, which is going to get $50. And what else do we have here? So we have car maintenance and Christmas. For car maintenance, we're going to do 20. For Christmas, it's 50. And then we have my husband's sinking fund and household and vacation. So Eric is 50. Household is 50. And vacation is 50. So I said this would be a total of $370. Let's just really quickly go ahead and use my trusty calculator just to double check that. I always like to double check my math and triple check my math because I am famous for making silly budgeting mistakes. And if I double and triple check myself, then I'm more likely to catch it when that happens. Yep, okay, so $370 is our total. I don't know how well you guys can see that. But now we're going to do the cash breakdown. And this is going to be super easy. It's going to be all 20s and 50s, it looks like, huh? So for my husband, we're going to do two 20s. For Austin, we'll do a 20. Lawn care will be a 20, and miscellaneous will be a 20. Our campground fund will be 50. Our car maintenance will be 20. Christmas will be 50. Eric will be 50, household will be 50, and vacation will be 50. Super easy peasy. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 20s for a total of $120 in 20s. Can you guys see that? Yeah. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 50s, which is going to be a total of $250. And it's pretty easy to see, but we'll go ahead and calculate it anyway. 120 plus 250 is 370, so that's accurate. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and use one of my Budget Mom teller sticky notes here and just transfer this information onto it. So 620s is 120, 5 50s is 250, for a total of $370. I'm going to go ahead and take this to the bank and pick up that cash, and then I'll be back and we'll stuff those cash envelopes. Give me just a minute. Well, probably a couple hours, but it'll be just a second for you. Okay, you guys, so when I filmed the intro portion of this video, it was Tuesday, and now today is Friday. It has been a crazy week, and I just have not had an opportunity to sit down and film this cash stuffing. It's not the perfect day or time to be filming it right now either. It's pouring down rain and practically pitch dark outside. But if I don't get this done today, it will not get done. It has just been wild how busy I've been this week. So I went to the bank, I pulled out the cash that I needed finally, and we are going to stuff these envelopes together today. So I have the cash that I need. I have my conscious wallet where I keep my cash envelopes, though in truth there's not a whole lot of money going into here because we did a lot of our typical like weekly spending not in cash this week. We left it in the bank. Our gas money we left in the bank. We'll use our debit card for that. Also our eating out money, that sort of thing. So not a whole lot going in here truthfully, but I have this ready to go. And then in addition to that, I have my little accordion folder here, which isn't really little at all. It's actually quite large. This is where I keep all of the cash for my sinking funds. So I've got all this ready to go. I've got my little highlighters so we can kind of work down the list, and we're gonna stuff these envelopes. So let me just kind of get set up here. Might need to zoom out a smidge. I am working with a new setup. I mentioned in an earlier video this week that I got a new desk and I got a new setup, and since that video my setup has changed again, so you know, bear with me for the next couple of videos until I get my bearings and figure everything out. So we've got my cash envelope breakdown where I can reference my list here. I have the cash. I needed to pull out $370. You can see here. So let's just count this up really quickly and make sure that that is what I have. So we have 50, 150, 250, 70, 90, 310, 330, 350, 370. So I have what I need there. It all came out in 50s and 20s, so that makes it pretty simple. We're just gonna get those kind of laid out up here. I needed 5 50s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I have here. I'm just gonna set it up here, and then we needed 6 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have what I need. Everything's a little shadowy. We're not making shadow puppets today, I promise you guys. I apologize for that. Still trying to figure out, like I said, my new setup. But let's just make it work. And we'll get this going. So we're going to start out with my husband's spending money. He gets $40 every single week, and that goes in his wallet. So I'm just going to kind of pull it out of my little stack here and set it off to the side for him. So 2 20s, 1, 2, and that I will put off to the side for my hubby. He has asked me on a couple of different occasions when he could have his money, and I keep making him wait so I could film this video. Luckily, he had a little bit of money left from last week, so he's been fine, but he's excited to get that spending money for sure. Next up, I have my son, Austin, who gets an allowance, so we're going to put $20 into a little envelope for him, and the envelope I'm going to use is actually here in my wallet. I have one marked Kids here that sweet Jennifer from Jennifer Ann Plans made for me. I have her shop linked down below. She's got clear cash envelopes as well as really beautiful like designed laminated envelopes that have pretty patterns. She also has amazing stickers, so definitely check her out. I do have a 20% off coupon code for you guys for her shop as well. So I'm just going to stick that 20 in this little kid's envelope until I see him, and then I will give that to him. But that takes care of that. Next up, I have my lawn care envelope, which is also an envelope that Jennifer made for me. So that's going to get a 20 as well. And if I'm not mistaken, that is everything that I need to put into my Conscious wallet. If you guys would like to get your hands on this wallet, it's a great all-in-one like cash wallet. Comes with the wallet as well as this little strap, and it comes with some plastic cash envelopes. They're different from these envelopes. These came from both Jennifer Ann Plans as well as from Erica Life Vlogs. She made these ones, but she does not have these available in her shop anymore, so if you want the clear cash envelopes, definitely check out Jennifer Ann Plans. They're not quite the same, but they're very similar. I love the clear envelopes. I love how sleek they look. So yeah, the rest of this money that we typically would put in here all ended up being left in our bank. We're going to be using our debit card for these transactions. Oh, with the exception of miscellaneous. I do have a miscellaneous 20 to stick in here, so we'll go ahead and do that as well. $20 into miscellaneous. And that is everything for my wallet. So we'll go ahead and zip this up. This will go back into my bag. Let me just really quickly mark off this. Took care of lawn care, took care of miscellaneous. Now we're going to move into the sinking funds. So I like to keep my sinking funds in cash just because it makes it really easy to access it when I need it. I like to be able to count it and see what I have. Just, I don't know why, but for me, mentally, it makes sense to have the sinking funds in cash. I do have a safe, big fireproof safe that I keep my little accordion folder in when I'm not using it, so the money is safe and protected. I don't have to worry about it being lost or stolen. So I'm totally comfortable with keeping cash. If we ever got to the point in a sinking fund where we built up so much that I was uncomfortable having that kind of cash on hand, it would be, you know, pretty easy just to go and deposit the cash into the bank. But for now, I'm keeping everything in cash. So in my accordion folder here, I have a tab for each one of my sinking funds, and I have them labeled very clearly with a little clear label. And behind that tab, I have a little cash envelope that has the fund as well as a little index card where I keep track of the comings and goings in the fund. This is the system that works the best for me. I've been doing this like this for over a year now, and well over a year actually, and it just works. I love this accordion folder in particular because it has a flat bottom, so I can stand it up on its own, and it makes it really easy to kind of rifle through it and find everything. This particular accordion folder does not seem to be available on Amazon anymore. I do have the link where I purchased it, but it seems like it's always out of stock. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem like you can get this exact one, but there's lots of other accordion folders available on Amazon. You know, if you just search accordion folder, you'll be able to find something similar. And it's just a great system. It's not too big, it's not too small. I know that there are lots of little coupon-sized organizers like this that you could easily use if you don't have a ton of sinking funds. So that's an option for you. but this system just works well for me. I recommend it. So I'm going to put this little accordion folder off to the side here so I can easily reference it. It'll be out of the frame, but that's okay. And we're going to go ahead and start with my campground fund. So I will just go behind the campground tab, pull out my campground fund. In this envelope here, I have the cash for the fund as well as an index card, and this is how I keep track of everything. So every time I add money to a fund, I write it down. Every time I take money from a fund, I write that down as well. I always count it every time money changes hands here so that I can keep an eye on this and make sure I have what I think I'm supposed to have. So I'm just going to update the card. What was the paycheck date? May 25th. So I just write in the paycheck date or the day that I add the cash to it. Ideally, they're the same, but this week, you know, it's just a little bit different since I got busy. But for the campground fund, we're going to add $50. It started out with $676, so we're just going to add that $50, which should make it $726, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully that's accurate. I guess we'll find out. So we're going to add $50. And we will count this up and make sure that that's $726. So we have 100, 50, 200, 50, 300, 50, 400, 50, 500, 50, 600, 50, 700, 720, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So yes, $726 in our campground fund. So we're about halfway to our goal. It is our goal to have $1,400 by October. So we need to pick up the pace a little bit in order to get there, I think. But, you know, we're well on our way. So that is our campground fund. So I'm going to get that put back into the accordion folder. And we'll go ahead and mark this off. Alright, so I feel like my little light is flickering a little bit. We've got some crazy wind going on outside, so I apologize for that. Hopefully my power does not go out. Fingers crossed. Alright, so next we have car maintenance. Okay, and our car maintenance fund right now has a total of $427, and we are going to add 20 more today. For a total of $447. So we're just going to add a 20. That's the last of the 20s. And we're going to slip it in here. And let's see. We have 100, 200, 300, 350, 400, 420, 440, 445, 446, 447. And that's accurate. And that takes care of car maintenance. This is going to go pretty darn quick, you guys. So we'll just go ahead and mark that off. And now we have my Christmas fund. And Christmas currently has $530. We're adding 50 today. And that'll bring it up to $580. So we'll go ahead and add that 50. 150, 250, 300, 50, 400, 420, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80. So $580. This is another one. We've reached about halfway. I'm looking for around $1,200, so we're almost to halfway. And again, I need to pick up the pace a little bit with this one, but, you know, we're getting there. Right, so that takes care of Christmas. Next up, we have my husband's sinking fund. And I have, oops, that's the wrong one. Helps if you read the labels you wrote out, Jessie. Calm down. So I have this beautiful envelope, and this is one of the ones from Jennifer Ann Plans. How gorgeous is this? So pretty. And in my husband's sinking fund right now, we have $170, and we're adding 50 more today. So that should make it 220. We're going to go ahead and add that 50. 50, 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220. So this sinking fund is for some equipment that my husband wants to buy. I think he's got enough for one of the tools he wants, so this will likely get emptied. He'll pick that up, and then we'll continue saving for some other things. I don't know exactly what it is he wants. He's got it all kind of figured out in his head. I'm just making sure he's got the money to be able to do it. So that is going to go back behind his tab. We are almost done here, you guys. This is going really quickly. All right, next up, we're going to pull in our household sinking fund. Which should be here. I need to get my little label maker out and actually label these. I just have not had a chance. Our household fund is empty right now. I have been spending this money just as quickly as I've been adding it. It's just kind of the nature of household items. It seems like we're always running out of something. So we're going to add $50 today to bring it up to a total of $50, and hopefully that'll last us a little while. We can get everything we need. I know we are almost out of toilet paper. So that takes care of household. And the last fund we are filling today is our vacation fund. So we've already reached the end of this video. So that's good because these are not ideal filming conditions. All right, so in our vacation fund, we have $100. And we're adding 50 more to bring it up to a total of 150. Seems like we keep adding money to this and it doesn't ever really grow. And it is what it is. We're going to add that last 50, and that's going to bring it up to $150. Hopefully I have a situation where I can put a large amount of money in that one week, maybe when my husband has a larger paycheck. If you're not familiar with our situation, my husband is paid based on commissions. So sometimes his paychecks are large, sometimes they're small, and we're just kind of doing the best we can with what we've got. So that is it for my cash envelope stuffing. Super quick and easy. Thank you guys for your patience. I know that I've had fewer videos this week than usual. It's just the kind of stage of life we're in. Everything is crazy busy, but hopefully I will be back with a ton of videos next week. I have to get my June budget planner set up, which I'm excited about, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe. I know by looking at my analytics on the back end of YouTube that most of you that are watching are not subscribed to my channel, and I post budgeting and lifestyle content like this every single week. So if you like this kind of video, which I'm assuming you do since you clicked on it, you're definitely going to want to subscribe. It really helps out my channel, so I would appreciate it. Just click that red subscribe button. Alright friends, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!